Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the League-Kempner House here in Galveston, Texas. I'm Janie, and I'm the president of the nonprofit set up to restore and preserve this amazing house. And today we're going to get back into our window replacement in the parlor room, probably some plumbing work. I'm not exactly sure what's going on in the video because we are actually running maybe 2 months behind in our videos. Not because we're late getting them out. We've been getting one every week out. I'm very proud of that. But we just did so much work at the beginning of the year. We were working 6-7 days a week, all day long. There was a lot going on. So that's all good news. And hopefully we'll get caught up soon as the work has slowed down a little bit. But there's still a lot going on. And I wanted to start this video with a request from you guys. We need your vote. Let me tell you what's going on. So you all know our volunteer, Heather. This is her standing in front of a door that's outside. The construction of this door is yet to come in a future video, but we want to get you voting on some things about this door now because we are going to do some of our kind of free volunteer work like we did here with the stained glass windows that Heather and I painted a few months ago. This door that you're looking at with her is a kind of a temporary permanent door. It will be here probably for 10 years or more until we have enough money to get back and build a real door here. So we want to make this area look a little nicer. We've already got it primed and ready to go. And Heather, being the great artist that she is, has come up with 3 different sketches. And I'm going to show those. They'll be numbered. And you can vote in the comments below whether you like number 1, number 2, or number 3. And we're going to post this also on Facebook and our Instagram and do a short on it and get as many votes as we can. And once we have all those votes tallied, Heather's going to come back and paint the design of your choice on this area so that it will look nice for the next few years. Okay, they have been working on the window. They've got the weather stripping on the bottom of the big one. And I missed it. They got it fit, pulled in and out. Where'd the top one go?
What's that?
Where'd the top one go?
Oh, it's buried back in there now.
Oh, it's back in there. Okay.
See, did you lift weights?
Oh, those are super heavy.
Yeah.
Oh, I think those were for the stained glass.
Oh, are they? They are heavy.
Okay, we have a small problem. They were using these weights, but I don't think those are the correct
Not on curve.
weights.
Make it nice enough that we can those in another 100 if needs be. Yeah. You think it's those 6?
Yeah, see, those are for the big stained glass windows.
Okay.
And then
Oh, but those are larger. Yeah, okay, I see.
Yeah,
I see.
they are longer.
Yeah.
You said larger, I went for the largest. I was like,
Okay.
Yeah, but they're all.
I'll get a.
We'll get them. Let us.
Okay, I was just looking to
Okay.
see.
Yeah.
And then I think the smaller for the upper,
Yeah.
but we're not reusing those.
Okay.
But I think there's 2, 4, 6. These are the low,
Yeah,
the big
okay.
lowers.
That makes sense.
Those are the big
I didn't
stained
think
glass
those
lowers.
looked big,
These are for the uppers that we're not going to use.
Trying to incorporate some weight training into the work there.
Why aren't you using the uppers?
Because we're fixing them in place. The upper, we're not going to make them double hung. We're just having a discussion about the weights. So these are the big weights that go on the stained glass window. So
That's the ones we pulled out, but obviously a
Yeah,
little too
they're
big for.
too heavy. So these are the 6 that we need. But you were saying you hadn't seen lead weights before.
Yeah, I hadn't. I had noticed that these were. You could tell where they've hit something, or you can kind of even dent them a little bit with a tool.
Lead's real soft.
And I was enamored by that because ran into a lot of window weights before, and a lot of big cast. We've even seen cast iron ones that were nearly twice that long, and big old windows that we did. But I've never seen ones that were cast out of lead. And maybe that might have been a more expensive option that most people just said, "Oh, we're not going to do that."
I'll have to look up the weight differential between the lead and the cast iron. So
Yeah.
maybe it was to get them smaller
That's true.
to not take up room. But they also don't deteriorate or rust like that cast. Although that cast iron is so heavy and thick, it will take a long time for it to rust through the. I bet cast iron is brittle too. It'll break and snap if it gets hit real hard. So
we've opened.
But now that you mention it, all these that we've taken out so far are lead.
That's a lot of lead.
So we'll have 6 extras since we're not using them in the upper.
Well, you can't melt them down and make toys out of them, I guess.
My dad used to do it on the stove.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, my dad was a little bit of a mad scientist, and he had these molds, and we'd melt lead, and we'd all stand around. And I'm surprised I'm alive. He also made his own gunpowder, and we made our own smoke bombs. We'll call them that.
Yeah.
We'll call them that. Out in the garage.
Like a firecracker.
Packing a pipe full of gunpowder and blowing things up when we were kids for fun. He was a fun dad.
Yeah.
But never destructive. He made us called it a rocket launcher. It was a big pipe he embedded in the ground and drilled a little hole in it, and we would fill it with rocks and stuff and then squirt butane down in the hole and then light it, and it would shoot out like a giant shotgun.
I knew one guy that
It's fun.
his kids would always be making those potato cannons, and it was the same
as a potato.
same thing. Just we
wouldn't
just
waste
used
a potato.
potatoes.
We'd be wasting food. We didn't do that. We used rocks and bricks and stuff. But I have all my limbs and my eyes.
There you go.
So it's a miracle. Oh, and this is our new chain. So this is stainless
Yes,
chain. We'll be all fixed up.
that's it. Ready.
Freaking me out here.
What's that?
You're freaking me out.
Got your little weather stripping sample.
Why is it too tall?
Why is what?
The window too tall. Oh, is that? Oh.
Not too tall, not cutting it.
Oh, gee. Okay, never mind.
This is just this,
Oh, God.
small little one.
Okay, I had a freak out moment that you were cutting the top of my window off.
That's a little, just a little test piece of it.
Okay, all right.
Make
Okay.
sure we're on the right track.
Okay.
Just as those two go together, then you'll have a nice.
My blood pressure just went down. Okay. I couldn't be in the room for the cutting. Couldn't stand it. But it's done,
Yeah, you
and the
can
weather
see
strip
that.
is in.
And the nice part about that is it'll keep it more weather tight, but we've done as minimal amount of alteration at window as we can, and something that these bulbs are fairly easy to order or to come by. Where the idea is once this wears out,
Put a new one
it's
in.
something somebody can pull out, put another
Stick a
one
new one in, yeah.
Versus that middle where you're stapling it on there or something. That's not easy to.
No, it's
Never
not
gonna
easy.
be
It was
easy to
not
pull
easy to
off
get it
something
off. I've cleaned it. It looks so pretty.
Alright, so these are the ones we're looking at.
Yeah, I think those, because there's 6 of those that match. And I'm saving all the chain. This big clip on it. Squeeze together. You can't do it one-handed, but you squeeze it together and pull it off.
Dusted in there pretty
Easier
good.
said than done.
Can fast forward this part.
Well, it goes to show nothing is ever easy. You
Right,
know,
yeah.
It's like
yeah. The
home
process
improvement
to-
shows, they go in and edit out, and in 45 minutes you get 9 months worth of hard work.
Right. Yeah, it
And
doesn't
it
really.
looks easy, and it's not.
Well, I could do that.
It's not.
Do that.
It's still stuck on there. So are you just screwing it in with a, oh, you've got a little,
These typically would be, I think these have just been either over time or a lot bigger, or maybe they had larger ones
they had larger ones, they were great big metal ones.
when they were putting, to hold it here in that spot.
Well, it doesn't kind of, I mean, some of that's deteriorated, right?
Well, they were just bigger.
Survived.
I have them somewhere. It's on the move.
All the way to the window.
It's like watching your firstborn go off to kindergarten. It's a little scary.
And then I think actually my son needs to go out. Yeah.
You start going out first.
This was a nerve-wracking process, not quite as bad as when the stained glass was removed. That was really terrifying. But these curved windows are very expensive to replace, and just handling them so much makes us nervous. These guys obviously were very careful, but it took them many, many attempts to fit this window and get everything correct because of the curve and the way everything is cut at an angle. If you haven't seen it in a while, or if you're new to us, you can go back to season 2, episode 23, and refresh yourself on the arc nemesis and all the problems with these windows being curved. But basically, every angle is an angle. There's nothing straight up and down about these windows except, I guess, the very top of the sash. Everything else sits at an angle and has to be meticulously fit and fine-tuned, and it's a long process. It took several days to get this first window done correctly, and their hope was, and ours too, is that once they got one done, then they could take those learnings and very quickly do the remaining 2 windows.
Slide it
Oh, yeah.
away.
Yeah, that's hold on, stick my
Sorry.
phone in there.
Yeah.
Then we had what I call the heart attack moment. Something was definitely very wrong.
We were moving them around a little when we had them on the table. I thought this was one of the
Well,
ones we
this is on this needs to be on this side, right? Of the stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do it. Hold on a second. No gap. Hold on. Now you got,
Oh, you don't have the stop in there. So
I just
you've
got-
gone against the outside.
I don't have the other stuff in.
Okay, that makes sense.
We need-
Which
gonna say,
we've done a lot
we did
of
this. I got
we've
one.
done a lot of nerdy videos about the problem with the arc, because
A lot of
you know the
problems.
width, yeah, the width here to here, as you move out,
Yes.
it's way bigger than you think, the change. And that's the problem we had getting the fabricator to do these. They did them like
We-
6 times, even though I took them a
If
template.
you put 2 of these sills next to each other,
Yeah.
they look like they're different lengths.
Yes, there's
Your
a-
eye is telling you there's these 2 curves, one's longer than the other, and then you lay them on top of each other, they're exactly the
Looks like
same, and
same,
you
same.
sit them next to each other, and you
You
go,
go, no.
one of those is longer.
Yeah, I found
like an
actually
optical
like a little
illusion.
kids optical illusion game at the Molly Brown house in their gift shop.
Oh, really?
It
Okay.
was basically two arcs, and you sit them together, and they look
It's that same
radically
thing,
different. Yeah. For those who watched our Arc Nemesis video on YouTube, here it is as a game, which is bigger. Change sides. The other one's bigger, but they're not. They're the same. Okay. All right. Breathe a sigh of relief.
I I mean, I was on the other side fitting it. I was like, I don't think it was. You want to draw a short straw and
Sure.
crawl around and over it?
Yeah.
Or go down and
Go
over?
around.
Yeah, not crawl over. Yeah. But I want to get these chains up and through. That way we can actually get the weights on it.
Right.
So we're not having to physically lift this thing up
And
down.
that's, yeah, and that's what we do, so.
I didn't bring a ladder over, so.
Any special tools, anything over there?
I think you did that on purpose to give me a little scare.
That was gonna be. You're not. I was one over here sweating, going, "What is going
Holy
on?"
moly. What happened?
I fit these windows. We had that. Well, you were there the day we had the one in the shop.
Yes, we took it
and
to
we're,
the shop,
and we're
yeah.
doing it.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah.
Here I am looking at it, going, "This is the same sash. This is the sash we had
The
there."
only one we've been working with. And I found a bunch of sash pulls. They're not
fantastic.
the right size. They're smaller,
Okay.
but they're the same exact style, and they're big enough that they will cover the hole. So nobody will know that they're not.
Chains.
Chains.
You gotta get it in there straight.
We don't want them twisted, but
Right.
we're working on.
Yeah, you gotta keep it nice and flat, nice and straight here.
I'm gonna hold it. I can't believe you walked away. You're killing me today.
Yeah, it's going to. Hold this in real quick. And loop one of those loops through there. Through here. Yeah. Hold the chain.
I don't think that's gonna be big enough.
Like this?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going through it.
Through around and then, or you might have to take that little hook off.
Put it on
If it
after.
doesn't
Put
fit
it on
through,
after you
yeah.
go through.
Oh, heard, yeah. Just wanted to get you to stand there.
Well,
as you can.
yeah. See how long my endurance will last
Right.
here. It's not like this is made out of lead or anything.
And then
Not like it weighs
you
50
know where
pounds.
we're- That's it. Do we want to go ahead and put this stop in?
Well, it's gonna be difficult to get the stop in unless we can get the window all the way up,
Heard.
because you got this little
Ah,
lip here, and so a lot of times it's easier to put the window all the way up.
good call.
So what he's talking about is this lip right here. The stop can't go straight in. It's got to slip up under that.
Good.
And if you remember, they
Have you
rough
counted
fit
those
these
links?
I
chain
did
links
not.
in the shop.
Yeah, that links out.
That's interesting, because it probably shouldn't be listing up on its own.
The chains are too long.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take a little
We'll have
slack
to-
out of those.
let's do
Better.
that. Yeah, better too long than too short.
Yeah, they have them a little bit too long. Measure that distance from the. See, about 7 inches maybe. Take to the top of the window.
Yeah, so maybe 6 and 7, 8.
Yeah, 7.
Well, the thing about lead, we're talking about so the window went all the way up, and it should just balance with the weights. So these weights are a little heavy for the window, which is perplexing because they came off these windows. But you know, the thing about lead, it's so soft you can shave it down, and so we can shave some lead off until it's balanced.
Have any more?
So something's
Unless
going
you have
on
them
with the
downstairs.
plumbing in the basement because Pat was looking for water to clean the cabinet and we couldn't find the hose outside because it's it's in here. That is bizarrely strange. All right, I don't know what's going on there. But they have brought their hose. So maybe they're going to connect it. Oh, maybe they're going to pressure test. I gotta go find the plumber and see what's going on. Okay, I'm in search of our volunteer, Pat. She came in today. We're not doing tours, which she usually does, like scraping up front for tours, but well, I can smell her. She's been in the back cleaning. Oh, there she is. What you doing, girl?
How's it look? Well,
Oh, it looks really nice.
I'm using bleach water to try and not let mold come.
Yeah, we have a big, it's called powdery mildew down here. It's not black mold like nasty stuff. It just gets on everything, the little spores. So
But it's
bleach gets it, so we scrub and clean. But this hasn't been done in a long time, but that looks really
It's
nice.
coming right
So this
off.
is our, oh yeah. Yeah, it's on the surface. It
coming
doesn't go deep. But this is our little pantry
and
area behind the kitchen.
I have a question for you.
Oh, okay.
That maybe other people are interested in. I discovered something new and interesting.
Okay, what'd you find?
So, is this a tongue and groove?
That's tongue and groove, yeah. So it's the tongue and the groove. So
I
these
love it.
are individual boards that they
Mhm.
just put together and then screwed the back on to make a solid door.
Well, every
And
time-
sometimes you see them as single boards like this. Sometimes it's wider. So, it's a bigger, but these are actually the little small ones.
Well,
here.
I've seen them on floors, but I didn't know they used these too.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And every time I come here, I find something new that's interesting. And this is one thing I want to show
Yeah.
people who
And
come
did you
on
notice
tours
the pretty
too.
little knob? Isn't that pretty?
Oh, yeah.
We'll take that off and we'll boil it in a crock pot and clean it up and put it back. But everything works and functions and,
Yeah,
Here,
it
it's
looks
nice.
great. And I noticed some tile here.
oh, that's some,
So,
it's modern tile, but I have this old junky tile place I go that has strange lots of tile. And I thought that looked very
it's,
Victorian, so I'm going to use it down in the bathrooms, in the apartments in the basement. So we'll do a white subway like this size, and then we'll put our Victorian look-alike
that's
trim on it
beautiful.
and make it kind of Victorian looking. This is some lovely
Wallpaper.
1970s contact paper. We need to pull all that out eventually.
And you can see
do
how,
that.
well, you can't see there, but how dusty up there it's on this
Super,
one.
yeah, I don't know that this
It's-
this may have been cleaned once 3 years ago, but probably not since
Yeah.
then, so,
It's clean right off, looks good.
yeah. And Joe can come scrape the floor. I tested it, it does scrape off. I don't know what it is, it's
Good.
really sticky and gooey.
And what is this?
Some black paint or something, so she can come sit with her razor blade and do some scraping.
She enjoys that.
She loves
She
it.
said it's her zen mode.
Yeah,
It's
she
her
does.
zen
And did you
mode.
see, this is a pretty little,
Oh, my
I don't know if
goodness.
it'll show up with the sun.
That's really pretty.
On the
You
screen,
can
so
see
see
it
the
on this
screen
side.
is on the inside of the window.
Sorry. This is
Yeah.
cute.
That's a
I
cute
hadn't
little
even
shop.
noticed that
I
either.
was here like 2 years before I noticed that, but that's old. It probably came from a bathroom. That's more like something that would be over a bathroom sink. So we'll probably relocate it into one of the bathrooms. For a minute and stuff happens. There's another window in. Oh, but that's the wrong one.
What's it?
Oh no. Oh no, that's the right one. I guess I didn't, Ooh, okay, so let me ask you this. I'll never be able to reach the inside of that, will I? Since we're gonna make it fixed in place and not on double hung.
You want to try it?
So I'm gonna have to
Paint it?
take it down and prime it and paint it, aren't I?
Well, we can lower it down. We can do that on
Okay.
just that edge there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can do it real fast.
It's not a problem. We gotta adjust it anyway.
Okay, let me get my,
Is this supposed to go like behind that at all?
It is. What?
Is this supposed to go behind the top freezer?
It is.
I don't know if it's going behind it.
I don't think it's going behind it enough. I think we pushed it up, but I don't think we got it up there high. Well, I know we didn't get it up there high enough,
And so,
right? But I also feel like the I'm not sure that one's going to be the best match to this. It looks like, yeah, it looks like they're about the same. Can't measure that one, how we got it in there right now. But it's also kind of hitting funny down here. I don't know if it just has to do with the, how straight or not this is. Push down on that the rest of the way?
with both the sashes in, other problems or challenges arose. One was that I did not paint the inside lower edge of the upper sash, and that will show when the lower window is raised. And normally if these windows were double hung, I could just pull that sash down and paint this from the inside, but since we are fixing the upper sash permanently in place, there's no way to reach that edge, so they're going to have to lower that for me to paint that. And then also, as they moved outside to look at how things looked on the exterior, they realized there were more issues with how the outside trim is going up. And one thing we haven't talked about, I don't believe, is that when these windows were initially put in during construction, they were roughed in with the brick, and then the plaster or stucco was brought up to the frames themselves. So they didn't have to be as precise and as careful. Because these guys don't have that luxury, they are having to match exactly how the original windows set up against the brick and the stucco on the outside. Otherwise, we have to chip all that stucco off and start over, and we don't want to do that because some of it's in very good shape.
You think possibly mismatched sashes?
With both Ben and Josh on the outside, they lowered that upper sash down. It had not been fixed in place yet, and I was able to start scraping and cleaning up that edge that needed to be primed and painted. And they worked on getting the outer stops put in place, and those are just the big, long, thin strips of wood that fit in a groove and hold the window in place. And those are tapped in with the rubber mallet. They're press fit in there, and this is part of the system that Ben was describing when they were in the shop with these windows, and that everything is done to be removable and replaceable. They didn't use a lot of nails or screws in these windows. Everything is press fit in or put in with wooden wedges so that as deterioration happens, each component can be individually removed and repaired or replaced. I used my handy little blower to clean up and began my painting process, but I decided I needed to raise the window just a crack. If you missed that, here it is in slow motion. as you've heard me say many times before, that's going to leave a mark. Okay, now I got a headache because that fell out of the window.
Oh no!
My head. Anyway, that's not up there anymore.
Yeah, we had one.
It was there, but now it's down there.
Right.
Unfortunately, I was not looking up when it came down.
Yeah. Well, and that's.
Top of my head. That is it for today. We will pick up next week with some more window and plumbing fun. But for now, don't forget to vote. Remember, option 1, this design mimics the inset in the front door, and the curved window above pays homage to the stained glass in the grand staircase. The border displays the names of the previous owners, and the word community to acknowledge the wonderful support we've had is listed at the bottom. Option 2, this design is another stained glass option with a twist of its own. With a little more whimsy and the colorful design, the League-Kempner monogram logo is prominently featured in the upper half round window. The plaque on the door reads the League-Kempner House. Option 3, this design also boasts colorful stained glass in a traditional diamond pattern. The simplicity of the side lights accentuates the focus on the large League-Kempner monogram figuring prominently on the door. The half-round window above also reflects a more subtle nod to the wonderful stained glass by highlighting the bamboo motif with the League-Kempner House in large script. Take a moment and study these designs and leave us a comment with your choice. We'll be soliciting votes on Facebook, Instagram, and our YouTube channel, so don't miss out on a chance to have your voice heard and pick the design for this door. We can't wait to see what you choose. Thanks again for watching. We're the League-Kempner House in Galveston, Texas, and we appreciate you following us on YouTube. Every view helps us achieve our goal of restoring this magnificent house.